Who's controlling this. I don't know if she can hear us.
Oh, I can hear you now.
And we're live. So thank you so much for joining, Calin. Introduce yourself if you can, just so the group knows who you
Thank
are,
you,
what you
Etienne, for
do.
having me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. So thank you for having me. So my name is Calin Popovici. I'm the one of the founding partners of Popovici Legal Inc., easily known as PC Legal.
PC. That's easy enough.
It's easy enough. And one of the main things that we do at the law firm here is real estate law. So we cover, yeah.
No, so go ahead. I was going to ask you. So what does that mean? What does that cover?
So it covers a few things. First of all, anything that has to do with residential transactions, right? So selling, buying of residential properties, all the problems that people have that they encounter, whether it's a promise to purchase that's not fulfilled. People are having, a lot of our clients have questions as they pertain to the financing. What exactly is a contract? We have a lot of clients that come to us basically saying, well, we have a promise to purchase, but we didn't go to the notary. So, we believe we can get out of it. Can we? So on and so forth. So pretty much everything that has to do with residential buying and selling.
Okay.
And then we also have.
Let me interrupt you for a second. So that also would that also include the commission disputes or anything that pertains to commission-based arguments?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, as you're well aware, there's a lot of times that sellers will hire a specific agent. There'll be a contract, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is. And then they talk to someone else. They hear about someone else who maybe takes a little bit less of a cut, so they're trying to undercut the first selling agent. And what ends up by happening is that the first agent, they sell the property, but the first agent doesn't get his or her commission, which they're legally entitled to get, right? So yes, we do cover those. I mean, this is more the bones of contractual matters in residential real estate matters.
All right. And you do, does that cover, you cover also a commercial transaction, reviewing leases, putting together agreements, or negotiating?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So we do cover, we do have a good client base of, in commercial real estate. So we do cover anything from negotiating leases to, purchasing of immovables, buildings, strip malls, whatever it is. And as you're well aware, commercial is nothing like residential, meaning commercial sky's the limit, right? So
you can do a contract on a napkin if you want.
Exactly. So it's basically if the two parties are apt to go into a contract, the contract, once it's formed, it's binding. So you deal with the consequences.
So you're available for clients of ours as brokers. If they come across a legal situation, we can refer. You do consultations. How does the process work? We have a client, he gets a demand letter or something to this effect. What should they do? Should they right away reach out to someone like yourself, or this is a question I get all the time. My clients just received by bailiff a demand letter.
Right.
What should we say as brokers to these clients to do? Because we're not supposed to give any legal advice, of course.
Right.
What would be your recommendation there?
So the number one recommendation is not to do anything and to contact a lawyer ASAP. And the reason for that is that, the example that you gave with the demand letter, usually in a demand letter, there will be, there's, things that will be asked of the party that's receiving it. And there's usually a delay that's associated with it, right? So, usually the demand letter, the point of it is to give the defendants, if you want to call them the defendants, or the recipients of the demand letter, time to remedy whatever alleged, defaults there are from that, they allegedly committed, right? Because you're at the end of the day, I mean, everything has to be proven in court. But the importance of seeking legal advice is to have a professional, review the whole, first of all, the demand letter, as well as all of the pertinent factors that play around it, right? Because you don't just get a demand letter just because someone found your name, on Facebook or on,
Well, sometimes you do. No, I get them all the time, but that's another topic for some other time.
No, but I mean, it's like, Etienne, it really is very important. And, we have, I mean, it just so happens that we have, and this is, it's whether it's our clients or not, there's always going to be that segment of the population that will say, well, I know enough legally that a demand letter is nothing binding, right? So I could just shred it and put it in the garbage.
Well, I'm so happy you say that, because that tends to happen quite a lot, where it's like, well, I'll wait and I'll see what happens, or exactly. So, but what are the dangers of that, in your opinion, and why we shouldn't be doing that? Because I think most people are trying to save the $200 to $500 or whatever it will cost to just initiate maybe a letter back.
Right.
But what are the dangers, in your opinion?
Well, the number one danger is that the party that sent the demand letter, they're just gonna sue you, right? So they're gonna send you an originating application, which is a judicial application in court, and that opens a court file number, right? So there's certain people that absolutely never want to see whether it's themselves or their company's name in a primitif online, right? So you don't want to go into the court record. So that's definitely the danger of it, because once you get served, it's a totally different ball game. And the demand letter, at the end of the day, it's just, as previously mentioned, it's just there to give the party the chance to remedy it. So when we have clients that receive demand letters, we always reply, but we don't always get a.
Should we go, like, if someone, just an example, because this happens, but okay, we found there's a water leak, come and see it. Should we go see it, or first step would be to maybe contact and get an opinion first from someone like yourself, or instead of just going there, there's some it's a gray zone of
what to do.
Yeah, do we go check it out, or are we admitting that we think there's a problem, or should I maybe not ask you this live?
Well, no, you could you could ask me. I mean, it just, again, I can't give legal advice, or whatever I'm telling you are just general principles. But Etienne, if I'm extrapolating, or if I'm understanding you correctly, I think you're talking more if there's like a vice caché, right, like a latent defect.
Yeah, we get a notice, or we get a communication from the buyers who bought our homes, and they're like, okay, there's water, or we opened the wall and we just found vermiculite insulation, and so what do we do?
So you call me, or you call any other lawyer that practices in the area, and the reason for it being, and without getting into details, when it comes to latent defects, there's steps that are imperative, and that need to be followed. And the first step is basically advising the seller, right? Because it's the buyer that's going to be finding out the latent defect. And the number one step is, you have to advise the seller. Now, there's no specific deadline. It's saying within a reasonable amount of time from the time that the buyer found out about the latent defect. I always tell clients, as soon as you know it, call me and we'll take it from there. Because you don't want to, again, without getting into details, you don't want time to run out, and then to sue the seller, and then for the court to tell you, well, you waited too long, it wasn't a reasonable delay.
Yeah, no, okay. That's because this is something that happens quite a lot, and I'm happy you took the time to explain this. So if anybody needs or would need to refer your services to their clients. They can obviously reach out to us at Miller Group. For Miller Group brokers, we already have an arrangement. But if anybody else is watching and would like more information or would like to hire you or recommend you, where can they go to?
So the easiest way to contact. So the easiest way is to just go on our website at pclegal.ca. That's PCLEGAL.ca. We have our contact number there. I mean, we're a firm that prides itself on being very accessible. So we do get very good feedback as to our clients being able to reach us. I mean, even past business hours or.
And you wouldn't be a guest of Miller Group if you weren't. So, no, absolutely. And and you cover the Greater Montreal or the province of Quebec. Where do you limit yourself geographically, or?
No, we actually don't. So I mean, we've pretty much been in all corners of the Greater Montreal area, and by that I mean, I'm kind of pretty much going to Quebec City. We have files in Quebec City, Sherbrooke. Up north, I mean, again, like it's the Greater Montreal area, Laval, South Shore, West Island, East End, and beyond.
Tu parles très bien français aussi.
Oui.
On dessert les anglophones et les francophones. We also will have you on our clubhouse 2:00 one day. If
yeah,
I know
for sure.
I saw you, or I sent you the invite, or I forget.
Yeah, you sent me the invite, and I just have to figure out how to. I set up the profile. It's just.
It's very easy. So, go ahead, sorry.
No. I mean, it's like it's the media platforms are. There's more and more of them. I know Clubhouse. You send me the invite, and I'm looking forward to definitely being on more than once. In the near future.
We'll be discussing all kinds of topics that pertain to real estate or the mortgage business or insurance business. So thank you so much for taking this time. And we'll do another one. We'll talk about other things that are the most. And if there's topics too that you hear all the time about real estate that you can educate us with, that'd be fantastic. So
absolutely, that's perfect. Thank you
so much. We'll see everybody tomorrow again, 4:45 or at 2:00 on our clubhouse every day.
Thank you so much, Etienne. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.